Imagine this. You wake up one day to find every material desire fulfilled. A vault of gold, a mansion of marble, the adoration of millions. Yet, as you stand atop this mountain of conquests, a hollow wind howls through your ribs. The world calls you rich, but your soul whispers, impoverished. Here lies the paradox. Money can buy comfort, but not peace. It can purchase obedience, but not loyalty. It secures beds, but not sleep. Why do we chase wealth like salvation when the truest treasures, love, meaning, the ecstasy of a sunlit moment, cannot be owned? Nietzsche warned us, to live is to suffer, to survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. But what if the meaning we seek was never for sale? What if the things that make life worth living, the unshakable joy, the unforced laughter, the quiet dignity of a life lived deeply, are only found when we stop reaching and start seeing? The answer is closer than you think, and it costs nothing. But first, you must confront the lie you've been sold. The lie is this: we are taught that fulfillment is transactional, that if we accumulate enough, we will become enough. Yet the more we acquire, the emptier we feel. Why? Nietzsche saw it first. Modern man worships at the altar of lack, forever chasing the next possession, the next validation, as if self-worth could be purchased. But the soul does not hunger for gold. It hungers for meaning. Viktor Frankl, surviving the horrors of Auschwitz, discovered that even in utter deprivation, those who held on to purpose endured. Meanwhile, the privileged often drown in existential despair. Society conditions us to confuse having with being. Carl Jung called this the shadow of materialism, the repressed truth that no object can fill the void where a self should be. We numb ourselves with consumption, yet the hunger remains. The real poverty is not in the wallet, but in the spirit. And the cure? It demands a rebellion, one that begins in the mind. The tragedy is silent, but its effects are everywhere. The exhausted executive who can't remember the last time he felt alive. The influencer drowning in luxury yet paralyzed by loneliness. The society that measures human value in digits and deeds rather than depth. Neurologically, we are wired for novelty, not accumulation. Each new purchase triggers a fleeting dopamine rush, reinforcing the illusion that more equals better. But like any addiction, the high fades, leaving only craving. Cultural conditioning turns this cycle into a prison. We mistake the chase for the prize, the grind for the life. Sartre saw it clearly. Hell is other people, not because they torment us, but because we let their definitions of success become our chains. The real cost? A world where men die without ever having truly lived, where wealth becomes a gilded cage, and the soul starves in plain sight. But what if freedom was never about having, but about unlearning? The escape begins with a single, blasphemous thought. What if you already possess what you've been seeking? Nietzsche's answer was amor fati, the love of fate. Not passive acceptance, but a fiery embrace of existence on your own terms. The rebels throughout history, Diogenes in his barrel, Thoreau at Walden Pond, the artist who trades prestige for truth, all understood. True wealth lies in renunciation. Not of money, but of its tyranny over your soul. Start here. Defy the default. Question every should society implanted in you. Does a bigger house expand your spirit, or just your debts? Hunt for aliveness. Seek what makes your pulse quicken. Sunlight through leaves, a stranger's laugh, the friction of growth. Own your nothingness, Frankl's paradox. When we stop demanding meaning from life, and instead demand of ourselves to bring meaning to life, we become unshakable. The revolution isn't fought in streets, but in the quiet moments when you choose enough. Now, the final revelation awaits, one that will split your world open. Here is the sublime secret. The treasures you crave were never lost, only obscured. Nietzsche's Bermensch does not conquer the world, but the self-transforming I must have into I am, the deepest joys are at dawn. The weight of a child's trust, the electric thrill of creating, are not commodities, but birthrights. You've been taught to kneel before scarcity while standing knee-deep in abundance. This is the paradigm shift. Poverty and wealth are not conditions of the wallet, but of perception. The monk who owns nothing can feel richer than the king, because he has reclaimed the only currency that matters: attention. Your life is already a mosaic of unpaid miracles. The air in your lungs, the stories etched in scars, the quiet courage to endure. So ask yourself, not what you lack, but what you've overlooked. The prison door was never locked. Walk out. The world will continue its desperate trade, but you are now awake, and that is priceless.